Welcome to Dotonbori, the absolute heart of Osaka's nightlife. Tonight we're heading over to a place called Bar Content to find out what it's like to own and operate a bar here in Japan. So, let's go. Here we are.
Here we are. Let's turn shit on. My name is Rutti, and I am the owner-manager of Bar Content. Part owner. I also have a partner. And I don't know. What else do you need to know? It's my name. A glass of tomato juice to work over the hangover from last night. You want something? Water, tomato juice? Or are you one of the living? Are we recording?
Yeah.
Nice.
You want to do your thing?
Take three.
So I have two. Take three.
I heard you wanted to interview me, and that's why we're here.
That'd be cool.
That would be
You want to do that?
Sure.
I mean, I've got like cameras and lights set up.
It is
It'd
convenient.
It's pretty
They're
convenient.
not usually here.
Again, this is Bar Content. This is Sir Rutti.
Hi. I'm Rutti.
Sir Rutti. He's knighted.
United.
This is like a live streaming bar, right? Like a Twitch, YouTube. Is that what you consider it? Kind of a...
Yeah. I consider like an alternative and alternative media bar. I like to promote and support other kinds of media, like, YouTube or something like that.
Right.
Like
Okay.
us. Hi. All you guys at home. I like this kind of stuff.
This is YouTube, yeah. I forgot.
It is YouTube.
Yeah.
You forgot what
I
you're
forgot. Yeah. Hello.
And then I like art and creative stuff. So it's kind of an alternative space.
Okay.
So welcome.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
My first time.
First time.
Never been here.
Damn. I
Yeah.
should get you. I got us a shot. I'm gonna pour a shot. One of my staff always complains that I close these things way too hard. You go for it. Strong man. I need to hire him. For the tube.
For the tube.
There you go, man. Thanks for coming in.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
Come by.
Can't do an interview without a couple cheers. Oh god, that's terrible.
So what gave you the idea of open
Cold what?
your face? Sorry. The sip face. You give me this face.
I was trying to make eye contact while
I saw that. I know. It was really weird. All right. So, sorry. Very serious now.
Serious. All right, so you probably are wondering what gave me the idea to come to Osaka specifically and open a bar, right?
Yeah, that'd be nice to know.
Okay, well, Osaka is a pretty good city for nightlife, especially in Japan, right? So everything is tight, community, especially I have an international bar. So an international bar, especially in Osaka, I think it's better because it's like Tokyo, but everything is within walking distance. So if you know people in the international community, opening up an international bar is going to bring you a lot of like patrons from other bars. Like it's a very collaborative community instead of a competitive community here. I've been here for a while in Japan, and I've bartended for about 3 years before opening here.
Okay.
And I just liked making drinks. It was fun.
And that was all in Osaka?
It was all in Osaka
Okay.
too. Yeah, so I kind of built my reputation is a strong word, but I built my foundation here in Osaka, an experience here in Osaka, bartending. Yeah, making drinks is fun. But I've always just wanted to own my own business. So that's the real passion.
Okay.
Making drinks and opening a bar are things that I can do, but having my own business and having my own space and time is what I really wanted to do. So when the opportunity presented itself, I was like, yeah, let's do that.
So how long have you been living in Japan for?
Japan, go like 5.5 years now. So like getting close to 6. So
Okay.
2016 summertime is when I came.
Has that all been in Osaka or?
No, actually, the most of it, like a little over 4 years has been in Osaka. A year and some change I spent in Nagoya. That was my first. I moved to Nagoya from the US.
Oh, okay.
So I spent my first time there. Yeah, it sucks. It's boring.
I'm gonna move this cord.
Yeah, you don't like that?
No,
What about that?
it's much better.
All right. Yeah, Nagoya's boring. So if you want to have a kid or something, it could be a cool place.
That sounds like a good time.
It sounds like a good time. Having kids.
Part of it. The ELI5, explain like I'm five version of it. Would you be able to ELI5?
What's that mean?
Explain like I'm five. I'm an idiot. I use that a lot.
Yeah.
Can you pretend I'm five?
Yeah. I've
That would
been
very-
doing that this whole time.
Thank you. It's very helpful. So can you explain the
I'm a
actual
bar owner. Okay, like customers get drunk. I do this game all the time. Everyone's five here.
Thank you.
Well, then I shouldn't say that.
The
That's like some liabilities for me.
So could you explain the actual process of going about and renting a place such as this?
Sure.
I guess versus renting just an apartment or a home kind of thing.
Right. Well, I mean, maybe it's a surprise, but it is really similar to renting a home. I looked for about 2 years at locations before I opened the place. Yeah. Or at least,
Which is a good location, by the way. I want to point out that like what I consider the heart of like Dotonbori and nightlife is literally like a block and a half away.
yeah.
So this is a crazy good location. Yeah.
So yeah, for about 1.5 years, I will say, I looked at locations. This one came to see it. It was even better than I thought it was on paper. So it was really great. And yeah, you just a lot of paperwork.
Yeah.
There's nothing too different than renting an apartment. Some rules are stricter about business. A guarantor is something that you need. You do need that usually for a lot of apartments, but for a lot of apartments, they'll let you like collaborate with like a guarantor company.
That's like that's what we did when we got our apartment. You pretty much pay a fee to a company and then they pretend like, oh yeah, that's my buddy. Yeah, I swear he's good for it.
Right.
And then they do the
Right. I've done that with all my apartments, yeah.
Okay.
But here they do not accept guarantor companies.
Okay.
And it could depend on the landlord,
okay.
Or the type of business, but a lot of them don't take guarantor companies. So that's going to be a huge hurdle for a lot of people. Is you got to have like an actual guarantor. There are some rules about the property, but not necessarily about renting the property. But like like I can't sleep here, I can't live here.
Yeah.
Right. This is a place of business. But yeah, that's.
Is that an actual rule? Like.
Yeah, for a lot of places, like you can only do like the space can only be used for certain kinds of functions, right? Like this can't be like an office for something else. Like this is a bar restaurant type of business, right? Like
I know one of the big hurdles in the US or other countries might be getting a liquor license.
Oh, yeah.
So how does that work in Japan, especially as a foreigner?
I don't think being a foreigner makes any difference, but yeah, there is no liquor license. Bars and restaurants in Japan are the same legally. Like there's no distinction between a bar or a restaurant. Opening a bar or opening a restaurant, it's the same exact process. But yeah, you don't need a liquor license. You would only need one if you were to sell like bottles.
Okay. Oh, like retail. So
retail, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
But if you're serving to drink, then yeah, you don't need a liquor license. So it's super easy. Anyone can open a bar. You should open a bar. You should open a bar. Anyone can do it.
I would assume that's probably the biggest hurdle elsewhere.
I think, yeah, like it depends on the country, but I think like, okay, yeah, maybe I shouldn't say because I don't know anything, but I think in the US, like you have to pay like a shit ton of money. But here, yeah. It is kind of like renting an apartment. It's like I just like rented the space and then I just started like giving people
just went for it. Just kidding.
It's not too dissimilar from that story. There's more paperwork involved, but like it's not that much more.
Right. What is the or some of the or the biggest hurdle as a foreigner?
Yeah.
Who wants to open a bar in Japan?
There's only two, I think, big things that become a problem. And one we just talked about is guarantor. That can be a big problem if you don't know someone, right?
Okay.
So you got to figure that out. Or maybe we'll say three, but one is kind of an obvious one, which would just be like language. If you can't speak Japanese at all, that'd be really hard.
Yeah.
If you can't read Japanese like me, like I can speak Japanese, but I'm pretty garbage at reading. It makes it harder. At least speaking makes it easier. I can like ask people questions and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And I can figure stuff out. But not reading and especially not speaking is going to make stuff obviously hard for probably obvious reasons, right? You have to communicate with a lot of people, your supply chain, when you buy stuff, when you set everything you do in business, right?
Yeah.
You have to communicate with people. And then the last one would be probably your visa.
To me, that seems like the hardest.
It's the hardest one to control. So I was lucky enough that I am on a spousal visa. I'm married to a Japanese national, so I can have any job I want. I can not have a job. I can do fuck all, and it's fine.
Now, assuming that weren't the case,
Right.
what would be a way that somebody could actually have a visa in Japan to open their own bar or something like that?
Yeah. There's really not that many options. Probably what the majority of people would try to, especially what they're going to aim for. Well, wow. Okay. First, what everyone aims for is permanent residency.
Right.
But that takes a long time. Slightly less hard, but still hard, would be a business management visa.
Okay.
So you're opening a business, right? You're opening a bar.
Is this the rich person visa?
This is the rich person.
The rich person visa.
The rich person visa. So
you need to have, what was it? How much do you need?
$50,000.
$50,000
invested into your business. Yeah. And that's hard for bars in Japan because especially somewhere like here.
It's hard for everyone. I would think.
I mean, it's hard for, but I mean, even a rich person, it's hard to invest $50,000 into your bar. That's what I meant, right? Okay. Like even if you throw away $50,000, a space like this is not big. You don't spend a lot of money opening this place.
Just buy a diamond, like a $45,000 diamond. Like just put it in a plaque on the wall. That's my asset. I've put my money into this.
Yeah,
everything I own.
You could, but then you wouldn't have $45,000 and you just have a diamond.
But if you're rich enough.
You're right. If you are rich enough.
Just buy a diamond.
Okay, you're right. Sorry.
All right. So pro tips opening a bar in Japan. Become really rich, buy a diamond. Yeah, we don't buy a diamond, hang it in the corner.
And then name your bar Bar Diamond.
Bar Diamond.
It's an incredibly important asset.
Sounds like a strip club.
It does. It's like the shittiest bar, but there's the one diamond in there. So probably a bar of this size, maybe like one more whole year of being open, maybe that will have invested $50,000 at that point. So maybe at that point, I will look into more of the details of that. And then maybe the last one, I'm not too sure about this. You could get there's a visa it sounds weird, but it's a pretty common one. It's called specialty, I forgot. International Services, Specialty in Humanities, or Engineer. It's like these three are all in one, which, nobody really knows what any of those words mean together. Like what kind of job does that mean? That one is probably the widest in terms of types of jobs that you can do. So but besides that, there's not that many more options. So that's the biggest problem for most people. So just be rich.
Be rich and buy a diamond.
Buy a diamond.
Which ones do you like?
That one.
Which one?
Perfect.
Really? You just want to talk.
Yeah.
All right. How about this?
Yeah.
In general, would you say that it is easier to open a bar in Japan or in, let's say, the US? And on that note, we skipped all of the intro questions where I asked where you're from.
I might have.
I did.
I'm from the US.
It's from the US.
That's why this question makes sense.
I did this on purpose.
Yeah. I would definitely say Japan is way easier.
Okay.
Yeah. Even for foreigners. No. Okay. I'll take that back. Yeah. I'll take that back.
Okay.
But Japan is definitely easier. The biggest thing would probably be the liquor license.
Are there a lot of bar culture differences between Japan and, I don't know what that means, bar culture?
Yeah.
Differences between Japan and let's say the US again or other countries?
Yeah, for sure. Well, first of all, a lot of Japanese bars are more I don't want to say high end, but they feel like the service is really good.
Okay.
People expect really good service. Things are really clean. Things are a little bit more reserved a lot of times. Yeah, it happens all the time here. If it's a really Japanese crowd who doesn't spend this kind of international bar. So people who don't have necessarily any international experience or friends, a lot of times they come in here it's a close little knit Japanese group, and they always will hold up a number because that means how many people they're coming in.
Okay.
With, right. So it's there's 3 of us. And they want me to seat them somewhere. So it's a very typical Japanese thing. Or when you go to a Japanese bar, they're kind of asking can we come in? Is there space for us? Yeah, and then the opposite way, right? So when Japanese people come here, we're in Japan, but I'm a fairly international place, right? So I'm a lot more casual. I do things a little bit more how you might find bars in other countries. So they get thrown off when they come in here and they're 3 people, and I'm yeah. There's space everywhere, right? I don't respond the exact way that they are necessarily looking for. And sometimes I'll throw some off. I'll be like, yeah, there's space over there. But I don't take them to their table or something like that, or tell them these exact seats. So that's kind of a cultural difference.
Little things here and there like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the US and probably a lot of other countries, you can go up to the counter and you're going to ask the bartender for a drink, right? When you want a drink.
Yeah.
I don't know. You would do that, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Or at least yell out or call something or go up there.
Yeah. But in Japan, a lot of times, like they're waiting for me to come up and take their order.
See, for me, that feels like a restaurant.
Right.
That's like restaurant style. Yeah.
Well, like a Japanese izakaya, right? To me, I just call them restaurants because it's, I don't know. To me, it's like a restaurant where people go and they drink a lot.
Yeah.
But it's like set up like a restaurant, and like the way the service is, the way the space is, it's essentially a restaurant where people like to drink.
Okay.
But there are Japanese like bars, like not like here, but in the sense that it's just a counter and they're not focused on food.
Right.
That also exists. But even at those places, they're going to come in, they're going to sit down. If they're not sitting at the counter, if they're sitting like at a table, like or on a sofa or something back there, they're expecting that some type of service, like whether it's the bartender or if they have a waiter or something like that, to come up to them and take their order.
Yeah.
So I've had people come in here, sit here for like an awkward amount of time because I don't think about it, or like I forget about it. So then I'll remember like, oh yeah, like they probably want me to come take their order. So then I'll come up to them and I will take their order. I want them to feel welcome, but I kind of like will do it in a way where they feel like, oh, they shouldn't expect me to do that. And from now on, I'll be like, yeah, you can just call me, or like you can come up here and ask me for a drink or something like that. So yeah, there's definitely some.
Yeah, because if I go to the corner, like I want to be left alone. Like,
right. Yeah.
I'm going to the corner for a reason.
You don't want the bartender to like come out from behind the counter and come up to you. It's like,
stay.
I'm trying to be socially awkward. Yeah.
All right. This was a question from a viewer. Is being tall and handsome a requirement for opening a bar in Japan, or is that purely a coincidence?
Yes, it's a requirement. Have you ever seen a bar owner who wasn't tall and handsome?
Can't say I have.
Name them. Throw them under the bus. Tell me all the people who aren't
They've
tall
all
and
been
handsome.
very handsome and very tall. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it must be a requirement.
It's getting more violent every time.
Take 4.
Take 4 at least. What are some common drinks that you might serve here in Japan that maybe aren't served elsewhere, other countries?
Oh man, probably for most people an easy answer would be sake, right?
Sake, yeah.
I mean, you could find that in other countries too, but
you don't have sake.
But I don't have sake. You're right.
You literally don't.
But at my bar, I don't serve sake.
Okay.
I think I have like a commemorative kind of one, but I don't serve it. Yeah, so that's definitely something people sometimes order, but very rarely people actually order it here because I have a lot of international crowd again, or Japanese people who are interested in like international stuff, and a lot of times those people don't order sake. I don't know, or maybe they just know I don't have it.
It might be that.
It's been working out for me.
Maybe everybody has been wanting sake.
They got used to it. Yeah, a chuhai is a very common order. That would be like a soda and sometimes like a flavoring like lime, lemon, or
chuhai, by the way, as in shochu highball.
That was good.
Thank you.
You knew some of that. You've ordered enough drinks. You've figured some of it out.
I have.
Yeah, I've seen you do it. Something else people might order.
Wait, we're not supposed to know each other.
Oh, we don't know each other.
No.
He's never ordered drinks here. Another drink people might order. Oolong hai.
Oolong hai.
So oolong tea.
Okay.
With, again, shochu. They like doing weird stuff with beer. A lot of these things you can find overseas, but probably the least common one to find overseas is a red eye.
Yeah, earlier he had tomato.
Yeah.
And he offered to put the tomato in my beer.
Yeah. To make a red eye.
That's apparently a thing.
Yep. That's on like every menu, like around Japan drinking establishments. You can always order red eye. They like sometimes mango beer. And then probably the most common one that you might find overseas as well would be a shandygaff.
Okay.
Which is ginger ale and beer.
All right. So how about the complete opposite? What would be a drink that you might serve in the US that you would like never serve in Japan? Like what's a drink that people just don't get here? Not a popular drink.
I mean, a lot of the drinks would be like classic drinks. Like an old fashioned.
How about things like Jaeger bombs? Things
Oh
like
no,
that.
yeah, you would never get that.
Really?
Even like a Long Island is. I don't know if I have seen that on a menu besides at other international bars. So
Yeah,
maybe some of
definitely,
those like
definitely at the international bars.
or like sangria. Yeah, so maybe some of those like kind of more party drinks, and then also or like a. I mean, this isn't a drink you should ever find at any bar, to be fair, but like a jungle juice. It's
Is
like
this like this homemade college drink?
yeah,
This sound, yeah.
yeah,
I remember people showing up to not my place.
his place.
No, with like jugs of.
That was probably it. Yeah,
Okay,
that was it. You got
I
it
know
right.
what that is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why I brought that up because you probably shouldn't get that at a bar anywhere, but
No, I don't think so.
like you definitely wouldn't get that style of a drink here in Japan. Yeah, and then on the total opposite scale, yeah, like some of the classics, like a Manhattan and a Martini, El Presidente. I don't know, like some of these old classic drinks that you would only find those at like a cocktail bar. But if you
Gotcha.
do go to a cocktail bar, they will definitely be able to know it and make it off. Yeah, for sure. They'll
Okay.
do a really great job. But at a typical Japanese bar, those things are not on their radar.
Gotcha.
This is good practice for you
Yeah.
if you want to interview other people.
Oh, I'm not gonna have beer if I'm not gonna be drinking if I'm interviewing other people. That's only for you. You're
It's
special.
on theme.
Yeah, this exactly. All right, so what would be the number one advice, or what would be at least some advice that you would want to give to somebody else who wants to open a bar in Japan, especially as a foreigner?
Especially someone who's interested in opening a bar, maybe hasn't even come to Japan yet, like, or someone who's only been here a little bit. For those people, like, biggest advice is like figure out your visa and like
Yeah.
make sure you have a plan for that.
Make sure you love living in Japan.
Yeah, yeah, and even before that, it's like,
Yeah,
especially
most
for people who
important.
haven't been to Japan, like if you're overseas and you're like, I'm going to go to Japan and
I'm
start a
gonna
bar.
open a bar.
It's
Yeah,
like maybe start with coming to Japan
yeah,
and then
okay,
think about opening the bar, right? Because you might fucking hate it here. Can I swear?
yeah. Yeah.
You're not sure yet?
I
Is this a family channel?
No, it's not a family channel.
Good.
You can swear. I'll beep it out.
Oh, okay. I mean, I lost my train of thought. If you don't have any experience in Japan, obviously the biggest advice would be come to Japan before you start pushing like some kind of business here.
And how about for somebody who's living in Japan? They've been here for a while. They love it here, and they're like, I want to open a bar.
Right.
What would your biggest advice be for them?
So it's like you got to know why do you want to open a bar and like why do people care about you? Maybe coming into the business with the perspective that nobody cares about you or your idea
Okay,
or your bar.
getting the real truth here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like there's over 10,000 bars within a kilometer of here. Why would I go to your bar? Right? People don't care. And so you need to make them care, or you need to find something of value that you're doing that's not just
I
opening.
feel like we could replace bar with YouTube right now. This is depressing.
Am I hitting too close to home for you
It's
too?
way too close to home right now. Okay.
Oh no, our TVs, they hurt us.
The TVs even gave up on
They
me.
gave up on you. One
Yeah.
other bar that I worked at before I opened here, two people tried to get in a fight, but they were both drunk, so they like both missed everything that they tried to do. And then there were lots of other people in the bar, and just non-drunk people easily grabbed them and was like, "Let's not do that." And one of them made me. Not the drunk people, like the people that stopped it. But more dangerous was right next to that was a bunch of ginormous Australians and who got really excited. There's a fucking fight? I had to spend more energy making them not want to fight people than the actual people who wanted to fight.
Or what are some of the ways that have, in your opinion, that have helped you stand out compared to other bars, as far as like activities or events or?
Probably the biggest thing for any bar tends to be a community or like an atmosphere. So how do you build that? That takes time. It takes work. I do a lot of events. So I like my events. My place is very sketchy, not in the like creepy sense, but in like the amateur artist sense. You know, like literally there are lots of sketches all over my.
Yeah, literally sketchy.
I let people draw on my walls and like paint stuff, and I like it when people contribute.
And then there's things like this.
There are also sketchy things, yeah.
Yeah, but actually sketchy. Like this is Probably someone's actual face.
That's Dog Man.
That's
Put him back. He's got
you.
problems on him.
Yeah, you've made that worse.
I like it when people feel like that they're contributing something to the space. Like I said, I just made a menu recently, and like some of the customers' names are on the menu.
Right.
So I think building a space where people feel like they can impart some of themselves on the space, it helps build a community, and I think that's kind of special. I show a lot of media. Some people think that's interesting, some people don't. But the people that think it's interesting, it's a place for them that they can come, and they're probably not going to find that in too many other places. I live stream the bar while I'm open.
Mhm.
So some people like to be in front of camera, right?
Yeah.
It's just fun. They can it's like rent a streamer, right? You can be a streamer for like a day and then leave
Right.
and not have any of the other responsibility involved. So it's fun for some people. Oh, I don't usually wear mics. I smacked your mic.
It's okay.
Sorry. I don't know. Those are some things that I like to do here, and that I hope people feel that way. And so those are the things that I focus on more than I would focus on making a menu and like having a sign
Creates
that
a menu.
works.
Yeah. One of the letters fell. Is that on purpose?
Yeah.
Was it really?
It fell down, and then I decided artistically to keep it down. What bars do you go to?
Yours? I mean, I've never been here before.
But
No.
if you would come,
If I had come to a bar, it would have been here.
yeah.
My first time, obviously.
All right, a better question. What do you look for in a bar? Like, why is a bar good? Why would you go there?
Why is bar good? If they don't talk to me,
That's good.
yes. It's like when you go shopping and someone's like, "How can I help you?" and they follow you around.
You're right.
I don't want the bartender who's someone to like, be talking to me all the time.
Follow you around.
Yes, follow me around.
That would be weird.
That would be weird.
You want to ask me what I look for in a bar?
What do you look for in a bar?
Thanks for asking.
You're welcome. Thought of that one myself too.
I don't know. I like a lot of times I like places where I feel comfortable, which is a very vague thing, but or like I like atmospheres of places. I like places that are probably alternative or like they feel kind of weird to maybe social norm
Okay.
and maybe eclectic.
So not just the cliche six stool dark alley bar.
No, or even just like a big open pub
Right.
that's like, well lit and normal shenanigans going on. I don't know. It's not very interesting to me. I like places that have a lot of character, that stick out, that are kind of weird. But whatever that means to you, right? Like,
Yeah.
I like those places some more. Also, if they're friendly. There's a lot of weird places that are not friendly. And that might even be part of the vibe that they're trying to create is this like dark, mysterious place.
Dark, inclusive, like
I'm not really into that usually, but I like places that are also easy to meet people, even though I don't really like socializing. I like places with nice drinks, but that's hard to find. And I like places with good people. That's easy to find, I think.
I guess my final question. Osaka,
Yeah,
Tokyo, which is better?
that is such a garbage question.
I know.
Like, why would anyone think Tokyo is better than Osaka? Like, that's not a question. Come on. That should be obvious. Go on.
I made a video on that, by the way.
You did?
Yeah.
Then I don't
We could do the
understand.
thing. YouTubers do this thing, right? They like pretend it's there.
So,
There's a box.
there's a box.
Let's put a box right there.
Yeah. It's that small? It should be a
Osaka's-
bigger box.
Osaka, what? It's up there.
Oh, it's up
It's
here.
right-
Oh, you're pointing. Oh, I thought it was between your fingers. I was like, that's a small box.
All right. Well, thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
I hope you guys got some insight. If you have any more questions for Sir Rudy, please feel free to put them in the comments. And
Yeah.
would you like to give yourself a
Drink?
drink
I will do.
or a shout outs?
Shout out. Yeah.
Would be nice too.
Yeah. I mean, I don't do a lot of social media, but if you just want to see what the bar is like when we're open and like see how, I wouldn't say run the business, but yeah, just see the bar during open hours. You can always follow me on twitch.tv/bar content.
He does live stream.
Yeah. Click the
Almost
link. that
every
the
single
editor
day,
will
right?
Obviously, put here.
Yeah, there'll be a link there.
There'll be a link.
I'll put it there.
Yeah.
Maybe if I
I live stream every day. If I'm open, I'm live. And if I'm live, I'm open. And if you live in Japan or travel to Japan in the future, because that's not going to happen right now, let me know that you came here because of this video and not because you know him. I'll give you a free shot.
どうもありがとう。 and it was a good time. So
It was a good time.
yes, would you like to like? I like to do cool transitions. If you like this,
Should I do it with my face?
yeah, with your face. Oh God, are you okay?
I should definitely do that transition.
I'm gonna do a
Back
spin
camera
one instead. Ready?
Yeah,
Like that.
I also spin.
Did you?
Yeah, to make it extra dramatic. It's like, wow, he's going real fast.